In 2012, a relative of Dr. Roland Davis, who lived in Lydd in Kent, was tidying their loft when they came across a large collection of 8mm cine films and some audio tapes. On close inspection, it became clear that these were of local historical significance, and so they were donated to Lydd Town Museum. These films form the basis of the story that you are about to see and hear. Lydd, located in Romney Marsh, is the most southerly town in Kent. All Saints Church in Lydd has one of the tallest towers and one of the longest naves in southeast England. Not surprisingly, it is known locally as the Cathedral of the Marsh. Let us take you back in time to the autumn of 1940. Britain is at war with Germany. The Battle of Britain is in full swing. Because of its height, the tower at All Saints Church in Lydd was used as an observation post, tracking enemy aircraft incoming from the Channel and returning from bombing raids in London and elsewhere. On the 15th of October that year, it was the turn of Private Frank Dix and a soldier friend from the nearby army garrison in Lydd to be on lookout duty on the tower, whilst another soldier friend of his was in the chancel, playing the organ, having been given permission to do so by the vicar. Frank remembers spotting 5 German Me-110 fighter bombers flying over Lydd in the direction of London early that morning. A short while later, they spotted these planes returning, and when the planes approached the outskirts of Lydd, Frank could see that one of them was making a direct line for the church. The next thing he knew, a bomb had hit the east end of the church. Frank and his pal held on to the parapet as they felt the whole tower shake, and at that moment they thought the tower was going to collapse. The chap at the organ dived under the pews when he heard the air raid siren, and that probably saved his life, because the pews took the weight of the falling masonry. As for Frank and his pal on the top, the blast blew dust and debris up through the tower, blocking it, and it was some time before anyone could reach them. Needless to say, Frank never went up the tower again. In true British spirit, the people of Lydd were undeterred. The tower was inspected and was said to still be in good shape. It continued to be used as a lookout for the remainder of the war, a purpose it had served at the time of the Armada and during the Napoleonic Wars. A claim for £15,000 was put into the War Damage Commission on the advice of the architect, and plans started to be made for temporary protective repairs to the church. The east end of the church was blocked off to prevent intruders from gaining access. With the war over, the thoughts of the church authorities turned to the restoration of the church. In 1950, the rector and church wardens launched an appeal for £7,500, later amended to £10,000. The following year, 1951, the restoration began of the nave and aisles, but not the chancel. More money was needed for this, so in 1952 the church held a fete and gift sale, the main feature of which was the 1/3 scale model of the church built by local builder Mr. Ray Cheek, which he also towed to various functions around Romney Marsh. The church was re-hallowed by the Archbishop of Canterbury in 1953 in time for the coronation of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II celebrations. However, it was not fully restored, the chancel having been blocked off as suggested by the Canterbury Diocesan Committee. The people of Lydd were not happy to have their church truncated, and so decided to rebuild the chancel and restore the church to its former glory. The total cost of the entire restoration was estimated to be £59,000, an enormous sum of money for the period and equivalent to £1.66 million today. By 1958, repairs to the church had been completed, but money was still needed for the restoration fund. So another gift sale and church fete at the Grange was arranged, to be opened by Lord Astor of Hever Castle. Unfortunately, Lord Astor was unable to attend due to severe flooding at the castle. Reverend Finch, the rector of All Saints, informed everyone about this unfortunate accident. There were donkey rides, a coconut shy, beat the gong, a shepherding demonstration, kill the rat, clock golf, and the highlight of the fete, the Prettiest ankle competition. And so at last the great day had come when the Cathedral of the Marsh was to be re-hallowed, having been lovingly restored to its former glory, using, wherever possible, the original materials.
This for all of you in Lydd and all who have an affection for Lydd, wherever they may be, is a very great day indeed,